Hello, and thank you for tuning into this week's Mayor's Update. As always, we have a lot of information to share with you here today, so please feel free to share this information with your friends, family, relatives, and anyone else who you think may find this information helpful over the course of the next week. The first thing we're going to touch on today is the city's annual operating budget. The City Council had their final meeting to vote to approve the budget and did not cut a single penny from the budget this year. So we are finally out of a 1/12 situation and operating on a full budget that includes everything that we talked about in the special budget episode that we did for the Mayor's Updates. If you're looking for the full document for the FY21 budget, that can be found under the Mayor's page on the city's website, www.gardner-ma.gov. And if you have any further questions on anything in that document, please feel free to call my office at any time. Our downtown paving project continues with the milling process being completed this past week. Paving in the downtown will begin on Saturday, September 19th. On Saturday, we'll be paving Nicholson Street first. We'll be starting on Nicholson Street just to make sure that the pavement is dry and drivable by the time residents will be going to attend the 4:45 Mass that'll be held at Annunciation Parish at their Holy Rosary campus. After Nicholson Street is done, we'll move on to City Hall Avenue and Pleasant Street on Saturday. Again, we'll make sure that the sidewalks are open for residents to use during the Saturday paving block to make sure that our businesses are impacted as least as possible in this already trying times that we're going through there. Paving will then continue on Tuesday, September 22nd. At that point, Main Street will be paved from the Bank of America building in Vernon Street area all the way down to the police station. On Wednesday, Central Street, Pine Street, and Vernon Street will also all be paved, and that will conclude the downtown infrastructure project for this calendar year. The project will pick up again some point in the spring, when we'll put the final coat of pavement on the roads at that time. However, once the initial coat of pavement is done next week, crews will put all the structures then flush with this first coat of pavement the following after that, so that throughout the winter time there'll be as little bumps and divots in the downtown roadways as we go through the course of the winter, and then after that settles over the winter, we'll put the final coat on in the springtime. So that is where we stand currently with the downtown project. The sidewalk project completed this past week. The phase 2 of that project will happen some point in time next summer, but as we get more information on that, we'll share that as it gets closer at that time. Our students and teachers had their first day of school this past week. I want to say thank you very much to all of our parents, students, and teachers for your patience as we get through this first week of virtual learning for the semester. We are looking forward to when we are able to have students back in the classroom in our hybrid model, but we understand that it took a large learning process to get to virtual learning, and our teachers and staff put in a large amount of efforts to get to where we are today, and I just wanted to say thank you very much. Congratulations on getting through the first week of school, and I look forward to seeing where the semester takes us and where the whole school year is when we end up in June to see what we'll have available to us. My new executive aide, Colin Smith, and I traveled to all of our school buildings on the first day of school to wish our teachers luck. We didn't get a chance to talk to everyone because some teachers were still in their classes by the time we got to that building, but I do want to reiterate my support for our students and our teachers during this first of many different exciting times for our school. I said at my inaugural address that yes, these are trying times, and yes, these are unprecedented times, but it's also our launching point for the next decade. And if this is how we start the 2020 decade, with all of this creative outside-the-box thinking and trying to make sure that we adapt and improve to the situations that are available to us, I'm nothing but excited to see where it takes us. A former mentor of mine always used to say, there's no such thing as problems, you only have opportunities to test your creativity. And I feel like that defines what we've done so far for 2020, not the least of which with our teachers who are trying to find new ways to bring their classrooms to people's kitchen tables at their homes. And I can't say thank you enough to all of the work that they've put in to make that possible. Earlier this week as well, we had a kickoff event for our annual Gardner litter cleanup that this year includes a nip bounty hunt. I want to thank Diane LeBlanc and Jim Kraskowskis from Anthony's Liquor Mart for their work in getting this off the ground. The shirts that they're having available for this year's litter pickup say, "It's not my trash, but it's still my home." It's not my trash, it's still my planet. These are statements that show that you generally have a care for the place that you grew up in. And I'm excited to see how many people participate this year. One of the things that we said in our virtual press conference that we released on the city's Facebook is that there were many different outdoor events that had to get canceled this year, from 5Ks to sporting events and things like that. So if you are looking to find a way to walk 5Ks and to get out and involved, do so and join the litter pickup and clean up trash on the way and make a little difference in your city as you go one step at a time, literally. If you're looking for more information on the litter hunt and the NIP bounty, because Anthony's Liquor Mart is donating up to $5,000, basically paying the deposit on every NIP bottle that's found during that time, you can find that information at the Keep Gardner Beautiful Facebook page, or on the city's Facebook page. You can watch our virtual press conference that we had there, where Diane LeBlanc spoke on behalf of Keep Gardner Beautiful, and Jim Kraskowskis spoke as a representative of the Gardner liquor store community as to what part he wishes to see his field play in reducing litter in our community as well. I'm very happy to announce that the city received a $48,000 grant called a Shared Streets Grant that we'll be using to add new outdoor seating opportunities to our downtown area. With the money that's received, we'll be purchasing picnic tables and tents to cover George Sweeney Park, which is the small parking lot at the intersection of City Hall Avenue, Pleasant Street, and Main Street. We'll also be putting picnic tables at the Bullnose Park, which is the small tip of the island in front of the Flatiron Building in our downtown. There is right now a cast iron vase flower pot that's there. For those who use that as a sign of reference, we'll add some outdoor picnic tables there. And we'll also add tables to this small concrete area at the intersection of Lake Street and West Line Street, behind where Cruiser's Malt Shop used to be located. These outdoor seating opportunities will allow some of our local businesses to have new outdoor eating options, as well as provide outdoor waiting areas for our other businesses downtown, like our barber shops. I understand we're getting close to the end of the year, but this funding just became available from the state and was just announced this past week. So we're very excited to see, one, how this helps us through the pandemic season, but also how this lets us grow and add new different outdoor opportunities in our downtown to bring people into our downtown area, particularly when next summer comes around and we evaluate how we can grow this program from there. My office has received many questions about that grant over the course of the past week, as some of the news stations got leaked that information, but I do want to assure the public that when we get notified of grants, we're actually told we can't announce it for a certain period of time, and if we do, it puts us in jeopardy of losing that funding. So we were able to announce that today, and I am very happy to announce that that program is being launched off the ground, and we will be evaluating how we can expand that into the future. I can say we did apply for some funding to get outdoor seating available at the Mackey lot across the street from the Ale House in that grassy area. However, that was not funded in this round, but that is something that is on our radar for future growth as we move forward from here. And I want to close by giving a special thank you to our firefighters. This past Sunday, we commemorated Firefighter Sunday here in the city of Gardner. For those of you who don't know, under current Massachusetts state law, the second Sunday of June is known as Firefighter Memorial Sunday, where we remember all of those firefighters who worked for the Gardner Fire Department who are no longer with us, either through the line of duty or have retired and passed away since last year. This is also a time, though, where we remember, but we celebrate at the same time. We celebrate our firefighters who have gone above and beyond over the course of the past year and who made a difference in the department through their work in their EMS work, through diligence, through their fire work. And I want to say thank you very much to all of our firefighters for the dedication and the service that they provide to our community here. Due to the current COVID-19 restrictions, the usual service in June was not able to be held at all. So we postponed it to last week, but we were still only able to do it on an invitation-only basis. I want to thank our Firefighters Union for inviting Council President Elizabeth Kaczynskis and I for joining them for this event. And I want you to know that we'll be celebrating those firefighters who are awarded on our social media. If you go to the Gardner Firefighters Facebook, the Gardner Fire Department Facebook, you'll be able to see those that were honored at this ceremony. And we'll also be doing something on the city's end just to make sure that these people have the recognition they deserve. I also want to give a special shout out to firefighter Calderon and firefighter Piedad, from the Gardner Fire Department for doing the 9/11 Step Challenge on September 11th this year. They went to Planet Fitness in their full firefighter gear and walked up 110 flights of stairs in memory of those that lost their lives on the tragic events of 2001 on September 11th. So that, to me, just shows their dedication as well. We have a lot. All of us here who live in the city of Gardner should be very thankful and appreciative of every city employee who works here in City Hall, at our 2 stations, at the DPW, at the library, for just the amount of care and dedication they have for all of us who live here, and making sure that we continue to receive the proper services that we have, especially over the course of the past pandemic, the creative thinking outside the box that they've done. It's just very special. Gardner's a special place to call home, and the employees here really exemplify that. But that concludes this week's update. I look forward to our speaking again next week, but until then, please continue to watch out for yourselves and for others. Please remember that September is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, so please make sure you are checking up on each other and reaching out if you think someone is in a difficult situation. Get outside, enjoy the many amenities we have here in the city, and I look forward to talking to you next week. Have a great day. Thank you.